God is our biggest cheerleader. He is our greatest supporter. He wants you to succeed more than you want to succeed. Think about the best teacher you ever had. They were wise, they were kind. They showed you the right way to do things. God is like that, but so much greater. He is the ultimate teacher. His wisdom is perfect. He knows the end from the beginning. He has already seen every day of your life. He knows what will work and what will not. When he gives us instructions in the Bible, it is not to make our lives hard. It is to lead us to a life of victory and abundance. He is a good God. He is not trying to hold you back. He is trying to push you forward into your destiny. Sometimes we think our own way is better. We think we know what is best for our lives. But our understanding is so limited, we can only see a small part of the picture. God sees the whole thing. He has the master plan. Following his wisdom is like having the answers to the test before you even take it. He wants to give you that advantage. He wants to make your path smooth. He wants to see you shine with his goodness and favor. It is all about trust. Do you trust that God has your best interest at heart? Do you believe that his ways are higher than your ways? When you see him as a loving father and a wise teacher, it changes everything. You will stop fighting against his plans. You will start flowing with his spirit. You will realize that his rules are not to restrict you, but to protect you. They are like guardrails on a high mountain road. They keep you safe. They keep you from falling. They make sure you reach your incredible destination. So today, I want to encourage you to see God in a new light. He is not a distant, angry judge waiting for you to mess up. He is a loving, patient teacher who is right there with you. He is whispering encouragement in your ear. He is showing you the steps to take. He wants to partner with you to create a masterpiece of your life. All he asks is that you listen. He asks that you trust his wisdom. When you do, you are positioning yourself for a level of success and joy you have never imagined possible. It all starts with recognizing who he is. God has given us a blueprint for living a blessed life. That blueprint is his word, the Bible. Every instruction, every command is a key to unlock a new level of favor. Think about building a house. You would not just start throwing bricks and wood together. You would follow the architect's blueprint very carefully. If you do, you will end up with a strong, beautiful home. If you ignore the plans, you will end up with a mess. Our lives are the same way. God is the master architect. His instructions are the blueprint for a successful, fulfilling, and victorious life. The command to obey is not a suggestion, it is a promise. God says if we are willing and obedient, we will eat the good of the land. That means prosperity, that means health, that means good relationships, it means success. Obedience is our part of the covenant. It is how we show God that we trust him. It is an act of faith. When we choose to follow his instructions, even when we do not understand them, we are telling God, I believe you know what is best for me. That kind of faith gets God's attention. He will move mountains to get you to where you need to be. Sometimes his instructions might seem small or insignificant, things like being kind to someone who is rude to you, things like having a good attitude when you feel like complaining, things like being honest in a small business deal. But these small acts of obedience are what lead to big breakthroughs. God is testing your faithfulness in the little things. When you prove you can be trusted with a little, he will give you much more. Every time you obey, you are sowing a seed. You can be sure that you will reap a harvest of blessing from that seed. Disobedience, on the other hand, closes the door to God's best. It is like taking the blueprint and throwing it away. You are telling the architect you know better. Think of Saul in the Old Testament. God gave him a specific instruction, but Saul did only part of it. He thought his way was good enough. But partial obedience is still disobedience. Because of that choice, he missed out on the fullness of what God had for him. We do not want to make that same mistake. Let's be people who follow the blueprint completely, knowing it leads to God's amazing plan for us. When you obey God, success will follow you into every area of your life. It is not just about your spiritual life, it is about your practical, everyday life. In your business or career, God's wisdom is your greatest asset. The Bible tells us to be people of integrity, to work with excellence, and to be honest in all our dealings. When you follow these principles, people will notice. Your boss will trust you. Your customers will respect you. You will stand out from the crowd. God will promote you. He will bring you opportunities that you could never have found on your own. At home, obedience to God creates a place of peace and joy. The Bible gives us clear instructions on how to treat our family members. It tells husbands to love their wives. It tells wives to respect their husbands. It tells us to raise our children with love and guidance. When we follow this divine plan, our homes become a refuge. They become a little bit of heaven on earth. The strife and contention that plague so many families will not have a place in your home. Instead, you will have unity, love, and support. This is the blessing that comes from doing things God's way. In your personal life, obedience brings an inner peace that money cannot buy. It protects you from so much heartache. When you obey God's instruction to forgive, you are set free from bitterness. When you obey His instruction to trust Him and not worry, you are set free from anxiety. You will walk with a confidence and a lightness in your step. You will have a clear conscience. You will know that you are in the palm of God's hand. This is true success. It is not just about what you have on the outside. It is about the peace and wholeness you have on the inside. Think about it. Every part of your life can be touched by God's favor. Your finances, your health, your relationships, your career. There is no area that is off limits to His blessing, but the key is your obedience. Are you willing to do things His way? Are you willing to put His principles into practice? When you make that decision, you are opening the floodgates of heaven. You will see His goodness in your business. You will see His peace in your home. You will see His joy in your daily life. You are stepping into the fullness of the life He created you to live. Let's make this practical. What does obedience look like today, on a Monday or a Thursday? It might mean choosing to hold your tongue when you want to say something critical. It might mean getting up a little earlier to spend time in prayer and reading the Word. It could be choosing to be generous when your finances feel tight, trusting that God is your provider. It is found in these daily choices. Think of Daniel. He was told he could not pray to God, but he chose to obey God rather than man. He opened his windows and prayed just like he always did. That act of obedience led to his miraculous rescue and promotion. Now, consider what happens when we choose not to obey. Think of Jonah. God told him to go to Nineveh, but Jonah went the opposite way. What happened? He ended up in a storm and then in the belly of a great fish. His disobedience brought trouble not only on himself but on everyone on the ship with him. So often, our wrong choices do not just affect us. They can negatively impact our family, our finances, and our future. But the good news is, just like Jonah, we can have a second chance. When we repent and turn back to God, His mercy is right there waiting for us. God's goodness is the reason we can trust Him. He is not a taskmaster looking to punish us. He is a loving Father guiding us. Every command in the Bible is for our own good. He tells us not to worry because He knows worry steals our joy and health. He tells us to forgive because He knows unforgiveness is a poison to our soul. He sees the traps and pitfalls ahead, and His instructions are designed to help us avoid them completely. When you see His commands through the lens of His love, you will want to obey. You will see it as a privilege, not a burden. Today is a new day. You are on the edge of your greatest victory. God has an amazing future laid out for you, a future filled with success, joy, and fulfillment. The key to unlocking it all is in your hands. It is the simple, powerful choice to trust and obey. Let go of your own ways. Let go of your own understanding. Decide today that you are going to follow God's blueprint for your life. When you do, get ready. Get ready for new doors to open. Get ready for favor you have never seen. Get ready to step into the abundant, victorious life that has your name on it.